On today's episode of What's Going On with Shipping, the towboat Miss Peggy may have been run down in the Houston Ship Channel. I'm your host, Sal Mercogliano. Welcome to today's episode. So there are stories coming out from Houston about a lost towboat in the Houston Ship Channel. This vessel right here, the Miss Peggy. Very typical of the type of towboats you see on the Houston Ship Channel. Small little pusher boat that moves barges and other goods up and down the channel. The story that's coming out is that the vessel capsized or sunk. This is the story from ABC 13. Good Samaritan pulls 4 from water, but 1 missing after towboat submerges. Coast Guard says authorities are searching for 1 person who went missing after a tugboat flipped over in the East Harris County waters on Friday afternoon. You can see the image of it right there. According to the U.S. Coast Guard, 5 were aboard when it flipped over just before 3 p.m. near San Jacinto Boulevard. 4 out of 5 people were recovered from the water and stabilized. Coast Guard helicopter and boats are searching for the missing person with the Harris County dive team. Coast Guard credits a Good Samaritan for helping recover the 4 rescued passengers. My problem with the story is it doesn't track with what you will see when we look at MarineTraffic. MarineTraffic records the AIS, the automated information system, automated identification system data that is broadcast by all ships. This is AIS for Miss Peggy. Here she is up in Houston, way up in the channel. We're going to go ahead and zoom in here. You'll see the vessel will depart from down here in the San Jacinto River, heading northbound, heading up into Houston. Now, I am also going to add some nearby vessels that you'll see moving through here. We'll go ahead and throw speed on for the vessels. So the blue are a lot of little tugboats in here. Miss Peggy is still up against the dock. You will see some larger vessels come in. This is 19 July at 1830 hours UTC time. Now, a couple of things to begin to note here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here. You'll start seeing some other vessels. Red vessels here, like you're seeing, are tankers. Green vessels here are cargo ships. You'll see a red tanker downbound, green vessel upbound. We're going to switch over here to the nautical chart. Now, it gets a little confusing, and I apologize. There's a lot of data on here, but what I want to show you, I'm going to take it off in a second, is the white area here is the main ship channel. The Houston Ship Channel is a very narrow channel. Matter of fact, you have what's called Texas Chicken, where ships head directly toward each other and at the last minute have to turn to avoid coming into contact with each other. I'm going to remove this because it gets very messy in here. We're also going to add ship names in here. The ship I want you to pay attention to, here's Miss Peggy heading northbound. This ship back here, Yangtze 7, is a bulk carrier, Liberian-flagged bulk carrier heading northbound. Outbound, you see Marlin Ammonite, a tanker here. Going to go ahead and let this play. You'll see as the vessels get close to each other, they kind of have to move off. Miss Peggy here is moved off to the side. Go back to the nautical chart. She's pushing just along the outside of the channel, which she can do. She's a very light draft vessel. Whereas Marlin Ammonite coming into the turn here is kind of hugging it. Here you see Yangtze 7 up very much along the inbound side of the lane, really trying to track along that. I'm going to go ahead and slow it down to just a tad here for you. I'm going to go ahead and let this play. So Miss Peggy passes Marlin Ammonite heading north at 6.5, whereas Yangtze 7 is overtaking at 8.4 knots. A pretty standard passage here going, but what we're going to see is Miss Peggy's going to find herself in a tough position. Yangtze 7 moves over into the middle of the channel here. And now we're coming into a turn, and that's where we start seeing some downbound traffic. This is the downbound tanker Silvio coming out at 8 knots. Here's Silvio, an LPG, liquefied petroleum gas tanker built back in 2016, flagged in Singapore. 84,000 cubic meters of liquefied gas on board the vessel. So she is a good-sized vessel coming down, and as she's coming down, you'll see northbound is Yangtze 7. Again, both these vessels have got to get to the outbound side of the lanes. Silvio is going to come to the southern side, Yangtze 7 to the north side. Meanwhile, Miss Peggy here is heading northbound and coming into a tight little area of the channel here, as we're going to see. Here's Miss Peggy right here. We're going to go ahead and let this play. So this finds Miss Peggy in a really tough position. Here it is. We're going to zoom in even more here. Silvio is coming a little bit southbound, trying to get over. Yangtze 7 has got to get out. Now, when two ships meet like this, in this meeting position, when ships meet like this as they're coming into each other, their bows push the water out the front of them. And what happens is the bows cross, they kind of want to push off against each other. And so that means you've got to kind of turn into them. So the bows want to push off. And then as the vessels get closer and pass each other, their sterns want to suck into each other. So it's a weird little dynamic. At the same time, you're getting rebound off the channel. This is a terrible position for Miss Peggy to find herself in these two vessels. Here's that crossing situation. Both vessels now are right parallel to each other, very close alongside each other. You can see the distance here. This is 100 meters, so we're probably talking about 50 to 75 meters. Silvio going 8 knots, Yangtze 7 at 10 knots. Miss Peggy is just almost fine on the bow of Yangtze 7. And the question becomes is where is the ship's pilot and the ship's master's attention at this time? Are they focusing on Miss Peggy? Are they focusing on Silvio? Now, as the bows pushed off each other, as the sterns come together here, they're going to want to suck into each other, which means that Yangtze 7 is going to want to kind of kick out that stern. So it's going to want to turn left, whereas Silvio is also going to want to turn left. But understand, when ships turn, they don't turn like your car. When you turn your car, the front of the car turns. Ships move like when you're backing a car. Because when you turn the wheel on a ship, you kick the stern out. And as Yangtze 7 turns left, it's going to not turn like this, it's going to kick the stern out. And unfortunately, what's in the wake of its stern is Miss Peggy right here. And as it goes, you can see right there. Now, again, got to be careful about AIS. It's not always clear that the vessels are exactly where they are. But it looks like at this moment in time right here, go ahead and take this route off there and see where it is. Miss Peggy looks like it's getting sideswiped by the starboard side of Yangtze 7 and potentially run over by the stern. And as the ships begin to separate here, you can see Miss Peggy coming to a slow stop here. And eventually the vessel is going to stop completely. And Miss Peggy stops. Here's the George M. This is that vessel that is in the close position, is going to come to assistance, and it kind of tags out here because we're following the AIS of Miss Peggy. So I think the reporting on this situation is incomplete. I don't think the vessel just capsized or sunk. I think it was hit by Yangtze 7, but we just had an incident with Yangtze 7's sister ship over in Wilmington. We get this story out of MarineTraffic: Liberian-flagged bulk carrier grounded in the Cape Fear. A marine claim management company reported the grounding of the Yangtze 7 on 16 July while the vessel was navigating through the Cape Fear River. The incident occurred shortly after the vessel departed Wilmington. Promptly, 4 tugboats came to assist the distressed vessel. Later, Yangtze 6 was successfully refloated with the help of the vessel and crew. This is 1800 hours UTC on 16 July. Here you see Yangtze 6 getting underway from Wilmington, heading out. We're going to go ahead and add our nautical chart in here, kind of zoom in a bit. Again, it gets a little bit confusing in and around here because of the amount of detail. But let's go ahead and move Yangtze 6 as she heads out, and you'll see she grounds right here. She fails to make the turn out of the channel and goes aground on the eastern side of the channel. You'll see the arrival of some tugboats here fairly quickly. The Cape Charles comes in. This is the Cape Henry coming in. We see the GM McAllister come in. This is the Erin McAllister. They're able to kind of pull the ship out of the channel, get her going, and actually get her backed, and she will head back into Wilmington. If you look at where the vessel is right now, the ship is actually out at sea at this moment. Here she is. Out in the anchorage off of Wilmington at this time. So we've had 2 incidences with vessels from the same exact company, Yangtze 6 and Yangtze 7. Here's the information for Yangtze 6. You'll see the ship management, commercial manager, Yangtzean Shipping Pte. Limited. The ISM manager is Shanghai Run Yuan Shipping. The registered owner is Our Shipping Pte. It's care of the Yangtze Shipping Pte. Limited out of Singapore. So all these companies are out of Singapore. Yangtze 7 is the same exact thing. So the U.S. Coast Guard should have flagged all these vessels. And these vessels should, their sister ships come in, ships from this company come in, should be flagged. for notice, for inspection, because something just happened here on the management of the vessel. We've just seen a towboat, the Miss Peggy, run down or sideswiped, and then we had the grounding here of Yangtze 6 coming out of Wilmington. Remember, this comes on the heels of the Dolly taking out the bridge in Baltimore, killing 6 people on board, closing the port of Baltimore for 2 months. We have got to get better at monitoring and controlling our waterways. And before everybody asks, well, Sal, are more accidents happening in ocean shipping? Well, yes and no. No, in that we just see them more. There's more visibility to them thanks to channels like me and MarineTraffic and news. You can see them a lot more. And yes, that the number of ships that are out there and the volume of them and the velocity of them are happening at a greater record level than ever before. But if you go to the video I did on the most recent Allianz report on shipping and dangers, we see that the loss of ships at sea are down. But there are potential rises in certain categories. And I think we have to get better control in our ports of the vessels as they leave. We are on this volume and velocity. We're moving more volume than ever before at a faster velocity than ever before. And that leads to accidents, and it's getting almost no media attention whatsoever. I hope you enjoyed this episode, because I sure didn't. If you can, subscribe, like to the channel, hit the bell so be alerted about new videos as they come out. Leave a comment, share it across social media, and if you can, support the page. How do you do that? You can hit the super thanks button down below or head on over to Patreon and become a monthly or yearly subscriber. We've got a big episode of What the Ship coming your way. 5 big stories coming your way. We have got a lot to unpack. We've got ship collisions, ship fires. We've got the ILA talking about a strike on the East Coast of the United States. We've got increased Red Sea attacks. We've got the Ukrainians moving more grain than ever before. And we've got the potential for inflation in global shipping. All of that's going to be in our big episode of What the Ship coming next. So our next episode, this is Sal, signing off.